Like, if you could count to 51, why the filibuster's demise could save democracy. And here's the two data points. The first is Donald Trump is yelling and screaming at the Republicans right now in the Senate that the reason that all these Democrats won in the election day before yesterday was because the government shut down and people are pissed off about it. And, you know, when Trump had initially ordered Mike Johnson and John Thune to shut down the government, he assumed, like was the case, I guess, back when he was president in 2009, that he wouldn't be blamed for it. The Republicans wouldn't be blamed for it. It would just be a blip. That Russell Vought could use it to fire more black women from from the federal workforce. Having the House out of session would actually give him more power. I mean, he made a bunch of assumptions that turned out not to be right. I mean, the Democrats stood their ground this time, and they're fighting back, and they're talking back, and the media is not buying Trump's BS. And so he's hysterical about this. Now, John Thune, the Republicans in the Senate, could end the filibuster tomorrow. I've been saying that on this program for 5 weeks now. And I keep getting calls from Republicans going, "You're lying. You don't know what you're talking about. This is Democrat shutdown. The Democrat Party." Which is just bizarre because there's no such thing as a Democrat Party. It's a slur that Joe McCarthy came up with in the 50s. But anyway, the Democrat Party is shut down to go. No. The Republicans in the United States Senate could simply end the filibuster with 51 votes. They have 53 Republican senators. Plus, they've got the vice president, who, as president of the Senate, has a vote in the Senate. So that's 54 votes to, open the government back up, to shut down the Democratic filibuster and open the government up. And Trump is saying, I want that, right? He's yelling about it. He on Tuesday morning, election morning day, he all caps over on his Nazi-infested social media site, terminate the filibuster now, end the ridiculous shutdown immediately. Blah-de-blah-de-blah. And then, he followed up with another one yesterday. Yesterday morning, he met with the Republicans in the Senate. He barged in on their breakfast meeting. And he says, I don't think the Democrats are really getting the blame for the shutdown that they should, according to the New York Times. He says, I don't think the shutdown was good for Republicans. I'm not sure it was good for anybody. Bit of an understatement. So that's data point one, is Donald Trump is actually pushing to end the filibuster. Data point two is that is a good thing. The filibuster, both Democrats and Republicans who are on the take, and yes, there are some Democrats who are on the take in the United States Senate. We saw it most visibly last time around, with Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin. Now it looks like we're seeing it with John Fetterman. I don't know. Time will tell. But the Democrats who are on the take and the Republicans, who are all on the take, love the filibuster because the House of Representatives can pass the most wackadoodle stuff that just makes their billionaire funders just salivate, just so happy. Oh, yes, let's pass the SAVE Act so that 80 million married American women won't be able to vote because their birth certificate isn't the same as their driver's license because they changed their name when they got married. Let's pass that. It's passed out of the House. It's sitting in the Senate. It'll be filibustered by Democrats, right? What if I told you most collagen products aren't just a waste of money? They're loaded with toxins that could lead to skin issues, heart problems, even cognitive decline. Scary, but it's true. See, collagen is the most abundant protein in your body, and your natural supply drops as you age, and that's why so many people your age are turning to collagen to relieve joint pain, rebuild bones, and even look years younger. But here's the catch. You have to know what to look for, or you could end up doing yourself more harm than good. So before you buy another tub from Amazon or your local store, go check out the top 5 collagen warnings every American needs to see, along with a special offer. It's a quick read that could save your health and your wallet. Right now, get a special bundle deal at a fraction of the retail price, plus free shipping. This offer is only available at getnativepath.com/Hartmann. That's get, G-E-T, native path, P-A-T-H, getnativepath.com/Hartmann with 2 N's on it. Let's pass. I mean, they've just got this crazy stuff. You know, let's pass a balance the budget thing that just freezes federal spending. You know, it would cause the next depression. Let's make abortion illegal across the country. So this crazy stuff comes out of the House, and the Senate knows it would be nuts to pass it, right? John Thune knows if he passes the SAVE Act, it will blow up in their faces so badly. I mean, it'll just reveal to the whole country, every woman in the country, that Republicans don't want them to vote. Which, by the way, some of their billionaire buddies have been saying for some time. So, you know, without the filibuster, Republicans would have to actually have a vote on something like the SAVE Act. And how many Republicans want to go on record saying, yeah, married women shouldn't be able to vote? It's not going to happen. Or, yeah, life begins at conception, and therefore all abortion is illegal. I mean, it's passed the House. It's not going to get through the Senate. Now, so the Republicans have been hiding behind this. Democrats also hide behind it. I mean, consider, sadly, or just to let themselves get defeated by it. You know, the Republicans are passing crazy-ass stuff that nobody wants. And so they hide behind the filibuster. Democrats are passing great stuff that everybody wants, but they continue to allow the Republicans to use the filibuster to shut them down. As the Wall Street Journal's editorial board pointed out on Monday night, they wrote, recall what probably would have passed in the Biden years without the filibuster check. Now, keep in mind, Democrats are passing stuff that's actually popular. If they didn't have the filibuster, they'd be able to do this stuff. And back to the Wall Street Journal, $17 an hour minimum wage, national minimum wage, which, by the way, is less than what it was in 1961, inflation adjusted. It would be in the 20s right now. Number two, all of Biden's Build Back Better plan. In other words, a couple more trillion for green infrastructure and jobs. Sheldon Whitehouse's bill to restructure the Supreme Court. In other words, a code of ethics, expand the Supreme Court, hold them responsible, say that they can't basically legislate from the bench unless it's a supermajority. Nancy Pelosi's bill to nationalize election law in all 50 states based on the California model. In other words, no more gerrymandering. Right? No more purging people off the election rolls just because somebody thinks that they have the same name as a felon in Texas. Statehood for Puerto Rico and the District of Columbia, which would produce 4 new Democratic senators. Yeah, if there hadn't been a filibuster when Joe Biden was president, we'd have 4 more senators right now. The PRO Act, which repeals most of Taft-Hartley. So, you know, unions can flourish again. And a national law codifying Roe v. Wade abortion standards. Now, this is from the Wall Street Journal. They're saying this is the stuff that the Democrats would have actually gotten done. So Republicans, please don't end the filibuster, is what the Wall Street Journal is saying. Now, I'm saying the exact opposite. I'm thinking, and you know, feel free to let me know your opinions on this. I've certainly gotten a number of people responding to my email this morning saying, what, are you crazy? Or, hey, wow, I didn't realize that this is how it works. Thank you so much. Yes, let's do it. Call your senator, whether it's a Democrat or a Republican. This is senators. You have 2 of them. And at 202-224-3121. And just let them know, you know, Trump wants to end the filibuster. He's putting pressure on John Thune and the Republicans. Please support that effort. A broken clock is right twice a day. Trump is right about this. The filibuster, it was put into law in 1806. It was used by John C. Calhoun to stop any legislation that would have ended slavery. That's why it's there. There's no other good reason for it. Get rid of the damn filibuster. What say you?